We are live, I think. Are we live? Yeah, we're live. We're live. We're live. Oh, boxing in 2024. Is it me? Or has boxing in 2024 been decidedly, I don't know, uninspiring? There's not really many fights on the schedule I'm looking forward to, quite frankly. It doesn't feel like much has happened so far this year when it comes to boxing. Doesn't seem like much has happened. There's a lot of posturing about Canelo's next fight. Don't really care unless it's David Benavidez. To be honest with you, I'm assuming it's going to be Jamal Charlo. I know Jamal Charlo's come out and said it's not him, but we shall see. There's Tim Tszyu versus Keith Thurman. I like Tim Tszyu, but I expect him to win that fight comfortably. I'm struggling to think what's on the schedule, to be honest with you. They're talking about a Jack Catterall, Josh Taylor rematch. Has that been signed? Has it not? Don't really know. Regardless, way too late. That fight should have happened 6 months within that first fight. Here we are, 2 years, more than 2 years later. Am I really looking forward to it? Not really. Bro, boxing to me so far in 2024 has been a damp squib. We've got Usyk versus Fury coming up. That was delayed. That's cool. I'm looking forward to that. But aside from Usyk Fury, there's nothing. There's nothing. Nothing at all. What's up, Quags? How you doing, bro? Big up to yourself, man. Been way too long since I streamed. Vimal, what's up? Heard about Deontay Wilder banging his brother's girl. Yeah. Listen, these individuals who talk the way Deontay talks about being this this inspirational figure who fights for his people. If you fight for your people, well, you best not fuck your brother's girl. This is the level we're dealing with. People view Deontay Wilder as some sort of role model when the guy was always a degenerate. This is 2024 Western culture. When people are looking at Deontay Wilder as some sort of savior. But we all knew that Deontay Wilder was a degenerate. Anybody with a pair of working eyes who wasn't a cuck or, I mean, what can I say? What can I say? He's a scumbag. It's that simple. Scumbag, but it is what it is. That's a good fight, that is, actually. I do like that fight, I can't lie. Florian Marku versus Chris Congo. I'd probably favor Marku just because he's been more active. He's the A side. I think it'll be a good fight, but I'd expect Marku to win personally. It's a good fight, though. It's a good fight. What boxing channels do you watch? Do you watch or recommend watching? Right now, the only real channels I watch is G-Man Boxing and BDA Boxing. BDA is like a podcast. G-Man is like a boxing news channel. They're the only two I like watch all the time. No, I watch Boxing Beats and Rhymes as well. I watch Boxing Beats and Rhymes, G-Man Boxing, BDA Boxing, Fight Film. Probably missing some, but they're the main ones. Fight Film, Boxing Beats and Rhymes, G-Man, and BDA Boxing. What's up, Henry? How you doing? Who have I got in the Catterall Taylor rematch? I don't really know, to be honest. I don't really know. Taylor's not looked good for quite some time. Looked poor against Teofimo. Got a gift against Catterall in the first fight. I guess form would say Catterall would win the rematch, but I've really been like super sold on Catterall either. So it's a hard one. It's a hard one, to be honest. Right now, maybe I'd favour Catterall, but I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Yeah, that looks like it's going to go down on the 1st of June. That's another one. That's a good fight, but June to me, I don't know why it feels like an eternity away. Do you know what I mean? It feels like a long, long way away. But yeah, Beterbiev Bivol is a great fight. That's one I'm looking forward to. I actually expect Beterbiev to win that fight more comfortably than people expect. Could be wrong. Very, very often am, but I think Beterbiev wins that fight comfortably. What's up? What's up, Derek? Reese, sorry, how you doing? What's up, Reese? Yeah, Deontay's a scumbag. What's up, Disturbingly Wicked, aka G-Man? How you doing? Yeah, well, what does that make his brother exactly? Kind of feel bad for his brother, man. I can't lie. Nobody deserves that sort of double crossing. But you know, that's Deontay Wilder for you. I don't know much about Moses Jackson, Henry, to be honest. Guido Vianello is he turned over as a pro with a little bit of hype when he signed with Top Rank, but Guido Vianello isn't good. So if Moses is anything, he should win. To be honest, if he's going to be a fighter of consequence in the heavyweight division, Moses should win. Big up, Matt. Long time no see. Hopefully you're well, bro. Thank you for the contribution. Good to have the streams back. Hopefully you're doing well. Yeah, I'm doing okay, man. I'm doing okay. I've got a couple of days off, so I don't know. I was thinking a couple of beers. I thought, why not stream? Why not stream? Why not stream? Yeah, I'd say Beterbiev late as well. I'd say Beterbiev late as well. To be honest, I just don't see Bivol having the punch power to keep Beterbiev honest for 12 rounds because he has to be perfect for 12 rounds against Beterbiev. I don't think he can just box and move and be safe in that fight. He may be winning rounds early on by doing that, but Beterbiev's going to be taking something out of him still, even when Bivol may be winning early rounds. If Bivol can't hurt Beterbiev, I don't think he can win that fight. Personally, I don't think he can win that fight. That's a good fight. Yeah, Kolmatov versus Raymond Ford. That's a good fight. Both guys are kind of unproven right now, to be honest with you. Kolmatov's a big puncher, good body puncher as well. Raymond Ford is more of a slickster. That's a good fight, but both guys are unproven, so we shall see what happens there. Good fight. His bro's a victim. Yeah, facts, man. Facts. I feel sorry for his brother. I feel sorry for him. I like Ben Whittaker, but if he fights someone like Robin Krasniqi, he'd get knocked out. I wouldn't go that far, bro. I like Ben Whittaker. Ben Whittaker's okay, man. I've known I've heard a couple of people who have trained with him, or heard from a couple of people who have trained with him, and apparently he's a really nice guy. He does that whole showboating shit that a lot of people don't like, but yeah, he's a decent prospect. Ben Whittaker, he's decent. Bro, Kevin Kingpin Johnson versus Irish Sean Turner on Saturday in Russia. Boxing with MMA gloves. Povetkin has been at every presser so far. Should be a spectacle. Never even knew it was happening, bro. But it's Russia, isn't it? Like Russia put together these crazy fights with crazy rules. You gotta love Russia. I agree, bro. I agree, Matt. Yeah, the drop off in British boxing since it peaked in 2017, 2018 is mental. Once Fury and Joshua, etc., pack it in, it's really thin on the ground. Yeah, I mean, when you look at it right now, who's the guy you would bet on to become like the face of British boxing? We got some decent prospects like Dalton Smith, Adam Azim, maybe Ben Whittaker, maybe. There's some decent prospects, but you wouldn't put your money on any of these guys. What's up, Gabe? How you doing, bro? Teofimo needs to go back to Joey Gamache. Hasn't been the same since. Yeah, I've seen that being said before. I wasn't impressed with him against Jermaine Ortiz. I felt he beat Ortiz, by the way. I actually felt he beat Ortiz, but he didn't look good. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree, Quags. It's going to be like the Vodsick fight. Beaver will look good for a bit. He's going to go. He's going to get broken down. I agree. Well, yeah, Deontay Wilder. What next will he do? He's obviously going to do something. Family means nothing to him. Yeah, and they're the worst type of people, man. They're the worst type of people. But yeah, Deontay is what he is, man. He's not a factor anymore in boxing. You know, maybe he's got one fight left. Yeah, Jojo Diaz is fighting tonight. Yeah, he is. I'm not really interested though, to be honest, but we shall see. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Austin Trout won the bare knuckle world title at middleweight. Yeah, Austin Trout though, but Austin Trout was a decent fighter back in the day. He gave Canelo a really good fight, beat Cotto clearly. He wasn't a bad fighter, Austin Trout. He wasn't a bad fighter. I thought the Canelo fight was a lot closer than people thought it was. Well, the judges at least. What's up, Toby? How you doing? Yeah, Sean Turner. Yeah, he got stopped by Gorman years and years and years ago. Yeah, yeah. Conor Ben. Conor Ben's a name, but like once he gets that first loss, he's done. Basically, his market value goes down the toilet once he gets beat. And the way Conor Ben's looking right now, he looks like a clean fighter because he looks terrible. He looks absolutely awful, Conor Ben, right now. That Peter Dobson guy he fought last time out a couple of weeks ago, dreadful. Really poor, really slow, cumbersome, but Conor Ben made a meal of it. That was a competitive fight. Forget Boots Ennis, forget Terence Crawford, forget those guys. Conor Ben would still really, really, really struggle against David Avanesian based on those two performances he's come back with. I feel like UFC 300 might be Elon Musk versus Zuckerberg. Explains why it's taken so long. Yeah, UFC 300. I know there's a lot of fights on that card, but it looks kind of shit. It looks kind of shit. Get Conor McGregor back. As much as of a degenerate he is, at least he can sell a fight. Low key, yeah, in MMA, I would favor Zuckerberg because he trains like jiu-jitsu, right? Whereas Elon Musk is a bit of a slob, to be honest with you. Zuckerberg's a complete cuck. Like a complete fucking alien fucking cuck. But he trains jiu-jitsu. Like, at least he trains, right? I'd rather Musk wins, but there you go. It's a hard one with Tio. I kind of think he should get a new trainer, but still keep his dad involved. Don't think Senior, that type of guy, though. Yeah, I agree. I don't think he should keep his dad involved, to be honest. I think he should just get a new team. Joey Gamache, like was previously mentioned, who was there in the Lomachenko fight. Just to get a new team, keep your dad on the outside, and go from there. He did, yeah. David Avanesian did do better against Crawford than Spence. He did. Favorite Mexican boxer of all time? That's a great question. In terms of active fighters right now, I would say Munguia. All time, I would say Morales. I would say Morales all time. Right now, active fighters, I would say Munguia. To be honest. Oh no, having said that, I liked Marquez as well. Historically, I liked Salvador Sanchez. Probably the biggest what if in boxing history. Salvador Sanchez, 23 years old. Look at his resume. Look at the guys he beat. Beat the likes of Azuma Nelson at 23 years old. If Salvador Sanchez had a full career, you'd probably be talking about the greatest Mexican boxer of all time, to be honest. Maybe like top 5 all-time greats in boxing history with Salvador Sanchez. But yeah, Mexico, bro, Mexico, they're always going to develop good fighters. If a Tank fight actually ends up happening, I think it's over for Conor Benn. Yeah, not sure where he goes after that loss. I don't usually say that. Yeah, bro, Conor Benn to me is just a celebrity fighter, kind of like Ryan Garcia. I don't see him like wanting legacy or wanting to build a resume or anything like that. I think he knows his limitations, and more importantly, his promoters know his limitations. There's a reason he hasn't fought the likes of Josh Kelly, Michael McKinson, David Avanesian. These are the sort of fights he should be taking if he wants a legitimate career like any other pro. But what he is a name, and that's really it. He's banking on his dad's name. He'll try and get a massive, massive payday, and that's really it with Conor Benn, to be honest with you. That's how I see it. See, again, that's another one he could have taken. Florian Marku, why not? Conor Benn could have fought Florian Marku. He did, yeah, he was dropped, yeah. Conor Benn was dropped very hard twice and got a decision against Cedric Pianaud, a French journeyman with a 5-9 record, yeah. He's the British Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. Basically, I agree. I never rated Chavez Jr. Yeah, UFC 300 is a milestone, but the card is trash. As much as I dislike McGregor, because I really dislike McGregor, he should really be on that card. They should put McGregor Chandler on that card. They need something big. They need something big. To be honest. I agree, XMB, yeah. How many American pay-per-views do you think Thurman Zoo will do? I'd say 50k. I'd agree. 50k, 60k, something like that. I liked him, Zoo, but he's not a name in America, and Keith Thurman is washed up. Yeah, Salvador would have been great. I mean, yeah, he was already unreal at 23. And there's very few fighters who are at their prime at 23 years old. He would have probably got better as well. Yeah, Edis Tatley, he fought his career out of Finland, correct? Yeah, Conor Benn's the biggest fugazi in boxing. There's a very good reason they swerved building him traditionally. For my money, even someone like Echo Esserman gives him fits. You're probably right, bro. You're probably right. And I agree, he's a fraud in that sense. Eddie knows what Conor Benn is, I think. I agree. I agree. And I think everybody does. Aside from like a very few select Matchroom fanboys, I think we all know where Conor Benn's level is. I think we all know. And I think we know what's going on with Conor Benn. Yeah, that gym Ben is in is mad suspect. Richard left, no fight in a year. Cash left, no fight in a year. Ryder's career took off and slumped. Yeah. And and then slumped, and Ben and Cordina's power's gone. Yeah, we know, bro. I heard a couple of things about Craig Richards, why he was out for so long. Not sure how true it is, but I wouldn't be surprised to put it that way. If I'm Tank, I take that fight. If I'm Tank, I take the Conor Benn fight. It's a massive payday. And despite the weight discrepancy, I think Tank beats Ben. I know we question Tank, but Tank is much more talented than Conor Benn will ever be. I don't think talent's the question with Tank. I think it's more so application and management actually putting him in good fights. Tank has talent. Conor Benn is just a total creation. Yeah, I like Navarrete as well. Navarrete's fun to watch. He could be fighting soon at lightweight. He could be fighting for a vacant lightweight title. I forget against who though. But he could be fighting for a vacant lightweight title within the WBO. I forget who it was against though. I think Tio's a bit overrated. He looked dynamite against Josh Taylor, but he was so static and slow. Just don't think Tio can do that well when he doesn't have the physical gifts. I agree, yeah. Tio's good with these select opponents, guys who come onto him, guys who stand in front of him. But yeah, you're right. I think he's kind of one-dimensional, Teofimo Lopez. And it doesn't help, like was previously mentioned, that he's sticking around his dad. His dad knows fuck all about boxing. I think Tio should get with a new training team, to be honest with you. But there you go. I have a weird feeling that Ryan Garcia will pull out of a Haney fight, but Matchroom signing Subriel Matias was a great move. Matias is looking for the next Dadashev every time he laces him up. I can never trust Ryan Garcia, bro. So I agree. I can see where you're coming from. Subriel Matias going to Matchroom. Good signing by Matchroom. I want to see people actually put effort into Matias as a fighter. He's entertaining. He comes to fight every time. He comes for the knockout every time. He's what a boxing fan should want, in my opinion. Matias fights in the right way. Doesn't leave any stone unturned. Risks, fights with balls and desire. That's what I want to see in boxing. I don't want to see these pussy, tit-tat boxers. And I've been talking about Matias for a long, long time on this channel. To me, it's obvious he's one of the most exciting fighters in boxing, but, we live in the era now where people would rather talk about what people say on social media, what people tweet, rather than actual fights. So Matias has been, he's been overlooked, but it is what it is. Hopefully he gets the fights on DAZN. Hopefully he fights the winner of Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. That's what I want to see. Tony Sims got a tuck shop in the corner about Jim selling PEDs. Yeah, Ryan Garcia is a celebrity fighter, you're right. The only reason he's taking big fights is to cash out. He's clearly got no long-term future in the sport, yeah. And Ryan Garcia, unlike Conor Benn, actually has some talent. I'm not saying Conor Benn isn't talented, totally, but I'm talking about in terms of elite level boxing. Ryan Garcia has some raw attributes that a lot of elite trainers could work with. But the issue is, I don't think Ryan Garcia's head is in the game. I don't think he's a guy who takes instructions. I think he's got an overinflated sense of self-worth. So I don't expect Ryan Garcia to develop as a fighter. I like Marquez, even though he ducked Morales, but he'd be my favorite from Mexico. Yeah, Marquez was great, man. Master counterpuncher. Marquez was great. Yeah, Matias is a scary man. He's a good fighter, man. I like his confidence. I like his confidence. He's not like a shit talker, but when he's asked the question about a certain fighter, I just like the responses he gives. I feel like he talks for boxing fans. Like when he was asked about Devin Haney, first thing that came out of his mouth, chicken style. I don't know. I kind of view him as like a black Margarito. Do you know what I mean? Just comes to fight. Yeah, Matias versus Parro is a great fight. I think Parro will give him a lot of problems. Yeah, Liam Parro's a decent fighter. He knocked out Montana Love. He stopped him, stopped that hype train, and he knocked out Brock Jarvis as well. Brutal knockout. He's a decent fighter, Liam Parro. Again, but we've seen Matias fight these sort of guys. Unbeaten guys who are dangerous, but not like... They're not hyped. They're not hyped up. Do you know what I mean? He's fought a lot of these guys. Guys like Junkumbayev, for example. Guys like Ergashev, another example. Malik Hawkins, these sort of guys. Matias has fought these unbeaten guys who are dangerous but not really hyped. And Liam Parro's another one. Yeah, I like Lopez as well. I'm a big fan of Lopez, Joe Biscuit. I'm a big fan of Lopez. Brock Lesnar versus John Jones. I'd love for it. I'd love for it to happen. UFC 300. Yeah, Brock Lesnar now as well is like 40. What is Brock? Brock Lesnar must be 45, 46 now. He's getting old. He's getting on. Probably does, bro. He probably does. But by the way, have you seen this? Harry Scarf versus that guy Jaron Ennisby. I forgot his name. He's a Ukrainian dude who can't punch. But Harry Scarf is like the British welterweight champion. And he's fighting this Ukrainian dude who can't punch as an IBF eliminator for welterweight. It's the guy Ennis beat and went the distance with. Karen, whatever his name was. That's an IBF title eliminator. That's where the welterweight division is right now. Yeah, I bet Conor doesn't fight Chandler. He'll try and leverage his way into a title fight somehow. I bet he fights Leon Edwards. They've been trying to figure out a way to get Conor a free belt, yeah. Leon Edwards is going to fuck him up as well. If they ever fought, Leon Edwards would fuck him up. Leon Edwards is one of those guys, I look at him fight. He doesn't do anything like... He's a good kickboxer, don't get me wrong. Like a really good kickboxer. Great distance control, things like that. But you look at his fights, he doesn't have like any outstanding attributes aside from consistency. Like he does everything well, but nothing great. He's just like a well-rounded martial artist, and guys like that are going to... he'll give Conor... He'll destroy Conor, honestly. He'll destroy Conor. He'll destroy Conor. Conor Benn should honestly fight Nate Diaz for a third fight. Kavalauskas, yeah, that'll be a good fight for Conor Benn. Kavalauskas. We got the Austrian painter in the house. What's up, bro? Didn't you die in 1945? Why are you here, bro? Tank would do him in 3 rounds. Bro, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Seagull, what's up, man? How you doing? Listen, bro, they're trying to cash Conor Benn out. That's all they're trying to do. Because they know if they take Conor Benn the traditional route, they make him fight a Josh Kelly or an Avanesian, he could very well lose those fights. So they'd rather cash him out. They know his limitations. Yeah, I agree. But Benn is a bigger hype job. Benn is a much, much, much bigger hype job. I actually see some talent with Tank. Conor Benn is poor in terms of the elite level. That's the one, yeah. Yeah, Navarrete versus Dennis Berinchik, yeah. That's the fight, yeah. That's what I was thinking of, yeah. That's a decent fight, yeah. Berinchik is decent. JT, what's up, bro? Yeah, I agree, J7. I think he's getting worse, Teofimo. I think he needs to remove his dad from the equation and get a new training team. Yeah, he's good to watch, ABS. He's great to watch, Matthias. KSI versus Ryan Garcia. That's his level, bro. Yeah, I agree, Joe Biscuit. Teofimo's the definition of a pure athletic style. He makes a lot of mistakes, but makes up with the fact that he's an athlete. He's strong, fast, powerful, great endurance and stamina, yeah. But in terms of boxing ability, boxing IQ, I do question him. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Ryan Garcia is a bit crazy, yeah. What's up? Focus on creativity. Haven't seen a live of yours in a while. Non-boxing question. Did you happen to catch the Putin interview with Tucker? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I watched it, yeah. The main takeaway I would have from that interview, I don't think it went the way Tucker expected it to go. Tucker is a good commentator. I think he's a good social commentator to a degree, but he's not an interviewer, not at that level. He's not an interviewer. He's a good social commentator, but he's not an interviewer. It was an entertaining interview, but I think people could have done a better job, more qualified people. I think Haney's going to win either way, Seagar. To be honest with you, and I don't think a stoppage is out of the equation for Devin Haney in that fight. I don't think it's out of the equation. When I saw Ryan Garcia in his last fight against Oscar Duarte, when he was turning his back, he was trying to do a Philly shell, but he was turning his back, bro. He was horrible in that fight. I wouldn't be surprised if Devin Haney stopped Ryan Garcia or made him quit or something. I wouldn't be surprised. What's up, Bruce? How you doing? Yeah, Brock Lesnar's getting on. Brock Lesnar is getting on. I think McGrail will. I think he'll win the rematch. He was winning the first fight until he got caught, but there's a lot of mental demons there for Peter McGrail. So it's boxing. It's just about going to basics and doing the necessary in that fight. Don't try to get overzealous. Don't try to get the knockout. Just box. If Peter McGrail boxes, he should win that fight. Haney Garcia won't be real. Josh San Miguel. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, Ryan's going to probably take a dive, a standing dive, and the normies and base normies will celebrate. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, bro. I wouldn't be surprised. The thing is with Ryan, Josh, I don't even think it will necessarily be a dive. I just think the guy's soft in terms of like elite level boxing. I think he's soft, to be honest. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Seagar. Anything that's pay per view, you've got to take with a pinch of salt. Yeah. McGregor hasn't fought since July of 2021. He's been way too inactive. Yeah, he's done. Conor McGregor's done. I didn't die, bro. I've been living in Argentina. We got Big Vlad in the house here. We got Big Vlad. Do I smoke? Yeah, I smoke. Yeah, I smoke. Yeah, I saw that Wayne Rooney could be fighting on Misfits, bro. Come on, man. I mean, in essence, it was a humiliation ritual, but I don't think it was set up like that. Khabib is just better than Conor. He's just better. He would always beat Conor. Any version of Conor, Khabib would beat. Khabib would beat. Conor's way too one dimensional. I'm not wrong though. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. I'm not wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on Fury. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong on Fury. Maybe he'll surprise me. But G-Man Boxing is another one. G-Man Boxing. Edgar Berlanga. Not a fan. Don't rate him all that highly. Big puncher, strong kid. That's really it. He's very very rudimentary in his approach. He'll come forwards in straight lines, swing hooks. No real boxing ability to speak of. He gets by on size and power, and even then he's struggling against C-level fighters like Martin Cosieres, Steve Rolls, guys like that. He's just a strong kid who can punch a bit, but he's not anything special. Even the likes of Munguia would go through him like a doorway. To be honest, I don't rate him at all, Berlanga. I don't rate him at all. He's fighting soon though, right? He's fighting Podre. What's his name? Some Irish guy. He's fighting next. Now, what are you talking about, Josh San Miguel? I said in my post-fight review, Regis wasn't there to fight. What are you talking about, bro? Haney versus Regis. Yeah, I said that Regis didn't come to fight. What more do you want? Tank versus Ryan. I just think Ryan is soft. To be honest with you, Ryan is just soft. I mean, look at the guy. Come on, man. I don't think you need to get that guy to take a dive. I think Robert Whittaker beats Paulo Costa, to be honest. And yeah, Pitbull's gonna fuck up Rolly. Pitbull's gonna fuck up Rolly. Saudis are unironically good for boxing. PBC pay-per-views are on the same level as three top-ranked Golden Boy and Matchroom Saturday night fights. Not to mention with the UFC and One put on better fight night cards for free. Yeah, bro. PBC are now with Amazon rights, so we'll see how that goes. But they've burnt every other bridge they've had to fucking work with. So I'm not expecting much from PBC. They're basically part-time promoters at this point in time. Can you imagine? There's been people now who have been like shilling for PBC for the best part of 10 years now for it to end up like this. Can you imagine? Can't believe it. Yeah, Rowley should be the underdog. Yeah, he should be. Cruz isn't great, but Rolly Romero is fucking awful. He's dreadful. He's dreadful. Yeah, I'm not really interested, JD, to be honest. Not right now, at least. Maybe nearer the time I will be, but like, bro, that fight should have happened a long time ago. That should have happened like right after the first fight. So that first fight happened in February of what, 21? Something like that? 22? Whatever it was. That rematch should have really happened in the summer after, to be honest. I'm convinced PBC is a money laundering operation. It's impossible to be that bad at your job. Yeah. Yeah, they've been a disaster for boxing. They've been a disaster. Absolute disaster. I don't think regardless of this Amazon deal, I don't think they'll be around for much longer, to be honest. I think they'll slowly dissolve. Yeah, I agree. I agree, Seagar. Saudis are doing much better. They're doing much better than PBC have ever done. I agree, Austrian painter. I totally agree. Yep, Jack Catterall's wasted 2 years of his career crying about that decision. Totally agree. But you know, that's the world we live in now. People love a victim mindset, a victim narrative. So it's hardly surprising we're seeing it in boxing. It's hardly surprising. 2022, that was it, JD. Yeah, 2022. I mean, I think anything's possible with PBC. They're clutching at straws at this point. Tank versus Rod Tang to cash out their stars in KO losses. Can you imagine Tank versus Rod Tang in like a fucking Muay Thai fight? Yeah, they've died a death. Young revival. They've died a death. Yeah, Ryan is talented in the sense of like he's got a lot of athletic ability. He's quick off the draw. He can hit very hard. He's got decent speed. But in terms of boxing ability and especially boxing IQ, there's not much there with Ryan Garcia. There's not much there, to be honest with you. Yeah, Lions Den Boxing Club, my ass. Yeah. Listen, there are a bunch of fruity ass guys, middle aged men who, well, what more can I say? True, but Ryan Garcia is no fucking Lomachenko, bro. No Lomachenko. I don't care how much bigger Ryan Garcia is. I agree. I've got a feeling Ilya's going to knock out Volk. I agree. And I think Ian Gary could get knocked out as well. Hopefully he does. Fuck Ian Gary. I think Tapuria is going to beat him. I really do. I really do. I think Volk might be aging overnight. I think he might be aging overnight because that knockout wasn't that long ago. It wasn't that long ago. What was it, 3 or 4 months ago? It's a quick turnaround. Oh, yeah, same, bro. Yeah, same. Same. I'll tell you what, I respect Mighty Mouse, Demetrius Johnston, when he fought Rodtang in that crossover fight. Because, like, I think it was like a 6 round fight or whatever it was, or a 4 round fight. So basically, one round was Muay Thai, the next round was MMA, and vice versa. And yeah, Mighty Mouse won. He got through the Muay Thai and then beat him in the MMA. Yeah, Chris Billum Smith is there. He's there for the taking. Albanian guy. He's there for the taking. He'll get stopped when he steps up. He'll get stopped. Like Opataya would go through that guy like a doorway. Big up to Young Revival. Deontay Wilder's fan club's in here. Yeah, Deontay Wilder's fan club needs to like help out Marcellus Wilder. You know, you can't be doing a brother like that. Ian cut Gary, yeah. He could get knocked out. He's fighting Jeff Neal, who's a decent fighter. Ian Gary gets rocked every single fight, more or less in the UFC. He's been rocked in most fights. He ain't good. He's a good striker. He's a good technical striker, but for a tall guy, he's got short arms, bro. Yeah, I think that's a good signing, Larry. I think it's a good signing. Hopefully, he gets the Haney Garcia winner. That's what I'm hoping. I don't even know JD. I know he said that, but how true it is, I don't know. Yeah, Liam Williams, yeah, shot to bits. Got stopped by Hamza Shiraz in 1 round. We'll see. We'll see. I agree, Larry. Yeah, aside from Opataya, the cruiserweight division's kind of whack. He's fighting Briedis again, coming up. He's fighting Briedis again. That's a decent fight. That's a decent fight. I agree, bro. I agree, Larry. I think he can beat Haney. I think he can beat Haney. I hope you're wrong, Josh. I hope you're wrong. I hope you're wrong. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, there was rumors about Deontay Wilder shagging Dillian White's ex. Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I forgot about that. Wilder's a dog. He's a dog. I think he'll fight Jamal Charlo, sucker free. I think he'll fight Jamal Charlo. I know Charlo's come out and said he's not fighting him or he's not being contacted, whatever. I think it'll be Jamal Charlo. Because Jamal Charlo's food right now. Jamal Charlo's food, so I wouldn't be surprised. He said he's fighting an American next. Canelo, that is. So it can only be Charlo or Crawford. Who else can it be? Who else can it be? Yeah. Jamal Charlo's done. He's done. At the elite level, he's done. He's not beating anybody else at elite level at this stage. Opinion on Sneako sparring Sean Strickland and Nate Diaz. Nate Diaz, I never saw the Nate Diaz spar. He got fucked up by Strickland, but like he took the punches. So what else can I say? He took the punishment. Yeah, technically he is. Technically he is American. But I don't think it'll be Benavidez. I don't think it'll be Benavidez, to be honest. I was questioning like Liam Williams' chin is so bad now. Like, what does this guy do outside the ring? Like, what does he do? How does he live his life? Like, the way he takes punches now is like it's insane. Like how easily he gets dropped by jabs, bro. It's insane. Yeah, Evgeny Romanov got stopped. Yeah, he got stopped by some Chinese dude. Yeah, and he was winning the fight as well. Nearly had that guy out of there. Got careless and got caught. Well, you'd hope so. XMB 45. Yeah, you'd hope so. If Canelo Charlo happens, can Charlo vacate the 160 title and give it to Adames, who can? Yeah, I agree. I agree, bro. Maybe you could see Adames fight Yanabek then. Yeah. Sneeko shouldn't be boxing. He has the hand-eye coordination of a woman. Yeah, he is slow as hell. He is slow as hell. I don't even know how Sneeko got popular. I don't know how he got popular, to be honest, but I see this guy everywhere now. On like Twitter and whatnot. I see this guy everywhere. Will Paul Snigger Smith come back to avenge his brother's loss against Beterbiev? Hardest man in Liverpool, bro. Yeah, those were the good times, man. Unrivaled boxing, UCTV, yeah, bro. Those were the good times. I don't know where UCTV's at these days, man. I don't know where he's at. I think I've got an old Instagram account where I follow him, so I should drop him a DM. I've not heard from Mark in a minute. In a long time. Unrivaled. But yeah, those were the days, man. Those were the days. Back then, I had a lot of like passion for this like YouTube boxing shit. I still like. Don't get me wrong. I still love boxing and whatnot. But I don't know, man. I feel like the scene's not the same anymore. I feel like the scene's not the same anymore these days. There's just a lot of like performative dorks now on like YouTube boxing. That's how I see it anyway. I'll be real. That's how I see it, you know? Just a lot of performative dorks who like play this little clicky nonsense or bring like TMZ level type of content to the scene. It's just not for me, man. It's not for me. What's up, 8 cents? How you doing? Unrivaled went off social media completely and he did it on purpose. Yeah, probably the best, man. Probably the best. To be honest with you. Yeah, the lockdown days. Yeah, UCTV. Yeah, I liked UCTV. See now with UCTV, I think he should come back, particularly when there's like Rumble now. I think his content on Rumble would do really well. I think his content on Rumble would do really well. Not boxing content, but like political content. John Zerka's a crackhead or a cokehead. He's just a performer. To be honest with you, he's a performer. Doesn't have anything of value to say. Complete degenerate. Utter degenerate. See, I'm convinced people like John Zerka are like government fucking plants. I swear to God. Zerka versus Wilder in a fight would be interesting. Triple R, that's the guy who came at Triple B, right? Yeah, the John Venables looking guy. He is a strange character. Like that guy makes his videos when he's let out on day release. He's a strange character. Strange fucking character. I wouldn't, bro. That guy, if this was the 70s or 80s, like 70s, 80s settings, that guy would be fucking household. He'd be a household name, that guy. Because he'd have killed like a dozen people. Weird guy, bro. Weird guy. Yeah, John Jones will fight fucking Stipe. And that'll be it, yeah. Yeah, UC Productions, that was it. Who do I think would be able to defeat or give Naoya Inoue problems around his weight class at the moment? When you say around his weight class, I don't think anybody will beat him. I think Luis Nery could give him some interesting rounds, but ultimately will lose. Same goes for MJ Akhmadaliev. I think he'll give Inoue some trouble. But I wouldn't pick anybody to beat Inoue right now in and around his weight classes. If I'm telling you the truth, I wouldn't pick anybody to beat him. I just can't see it. I just can't see it. Maybe like if you go up to featherweight, even at feather, maybe Lopez, Bernardo Lopez will give him trouble. But like honestly, I don't really see much. Yeah, Ty and Booth has gone. Yeah, Ty and Booth's gone downhill. I think Oshaki Foster beats Abraham Supernova. I think he'll beat Nova. Nova's not that great, in my opinion. That sounds like Ty and Booth. Yeah, we need to get UCTV back, man. We need to get him back. He's deleted a lot of his videos as well, from what I remember. Let's look at his channel. I think he's doing well though, outside of like in life. I think he's doing well. I think he's doing well. Where is I can't find this guy. I can't find his channel. I found it. I found it. Yeah, he's deleted a lot of his videos. Yeah, UC Productions now. Yeah. Oh, you was on about Triple R. Okay, cool, 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 cool. I've not seen anything of Bernard Torres, to be honest. Bruce Carrington looks okay though. He looks like a good prospect. UC has a BitChute page that still has some old videos. Okay. I've not been on BitChute for a fucking long time. BitChute seemed to have died the death. Like BitChute for a while was like, I don't know. It's a shame we don't have any like real alternative to YouTube. Like Rumble was getting better, but yeah, I said the same thing about Tyson Fury. I said the same thing about Tyson Fury. He got MK Ultra'd, bro. He got MK Ultra'd. He basically turned into everything he criticized AJ for. That's what Tyson Fury turned into. That's basically what Tyson Fury turned into. He turned into everything that he criticized AJ for. He's a sellout. He's a corporate shill. You know, he came back, and we know what Tyson Fury did. Yeah, I've never seen Perez fight. I don't think. Not sure, Rob. To be honest, I'm not sure who I'd pick in that fight because Taylor's fought once a year for like the last 4 years. He's looked terrible in his last two fights. Jack Catterall's a decent fighter, but he's not like true world level. I'm not really sure who to pick. Taylor's form's been terrible, and he's been inactive. Catterall is just okay. He's solid. He's decent, but he's not true world level. I'm not really sure, bro. Maybe Taylor's shot. I don't know. Maybe he's. I don't know. I'm not really sure. Regardless, I'll say this: Taylor can win that fight. He won't do anything after that. I will say that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pre-Klitschko Fury was a straight-talking man of the people. Now people put a key on his back and turn it. Yeah, I agree. I agree. John Fury's another fucking degenerate. Can't stand that guy either. Another fucking complete fucking bully, that guy. He's happy to gouge out like a midget old man's eyes, but when it comes to accepting a fight from somebody of his own age, his own size, he will fucking go missing. What's up, Crazy? How you doing, bro? How far will Hamza Shiraz go, in your opinion? Middleweight isn't very deep. Yeah, I mean, it depends on what direction they take him. If I was Frank Warren, I would try to get him a fight with Felix Cash on that Matchroom versus Queensbury card in Saudi Arabia. That's what I would try to do. I think he could beat Felix Cash right now, to be honest. I think he could beat Felix Cash. How far does he go? He's got ability. He's big for the weight. He's got a good jab, good straight punches, decent power. It's hard to say how far he goes, but when a division is so weak, listen, maybe he could pick up a world title right now. Maybe he could. The division is very weak. Very, very weak. Yeah, BitChute, bro, their fucking site is terrible. At least Rumble's site is decent. Like they have a decent site. It's not perfect, but Rumble is like at least you can navigate it and shit. Rumble is making strides, but still got a long way to go. Yeah, John Fury only starts with people half his size. Yeah, he's a bully. He's an absolute bully. Donald Trump slams Joe Biden's Lizard's deep state agenda. Bro, that's going to be crazy, right? It's this year, isn't it? Election year in America. That's going to be fucking crazy, bro. You've got senile Joe Biden or America first Donald Trump. What a fucking choice. What a choice. I swear Donald Trump, if there was like false prophets, if there was an image to go next to false prophets, it would be Donald Trump. He doesn't look like the same guy he was 10 years ago, bro. I know he's obviously got older, but he doesn't look like the same guy. He doesn't look like the same guy. I swear we're living in one giant South Park episode. The president of the United States has dementia. He has dementia. We're living in a fucking South Park episode. I swear to God. We're living in a South Park episode. You got that guy or Donald Trump? Yeah, Babbage versus Steve Robinson, bro. Babbage, man, Christ. He'll beat Steve Robinson though. He will beat Steve Robinson. Yeah, two-party system is bollocks. American Republicans see him as the second coming of Christ, but it's hard not to sympathize when the only other choice is a dementia-ridden nonce. Yeah. Yeah, listen, given the choice, if I gun to my head, I would vote for Trump. Like if I had to pick, obviously. But it's hardly like a vote of confidence. And then in the UK, I think it's early 2025, we have our fucking elections. And you think like America's two-state or two-party system is bad. Ours is even worse. Ours is even worse. We have a conservatives or Tories who are not conservative. They're only conservative in name. And we have like Labour, who are basically our version of the Democrats. Either way, we're fucked. Yeah, Hillary's a disgusting person. Yeah, democracy is an illusion, extremely overrated. Yeah, exactly. So it always makes me laugh when I hear like, these right wing grifters. They'll always talk about, oh, social credits coming to the West and this, that, and the third. It's already here. It's already here. When you can lose your job over a tweet, a single tweet, a social credit system is already here. When you can lose your job over a single fucking tweet or a single clip, it's already here, bro. It's already here. And it always makes me laugh as well about lefties who talk. When like Putin had the interview with Tucker Carlson. Oh, he's going to spout his propaganda. He's a dictator. His people don't get a say. Well, we don't either. We don't get a say. If we say something that is against the mainstream narrative, we're fucking shut down. We're shunned. In 2020, I had a couple of live streams where I talked about COVID, just giving my thoughts on it. And I shared my thoughts on COVID. And immediately after those streams, like for the next, I think it was 2-3 months, whatever it was, all of my videos were demonetized. Every single one. See, I wouldn't want to live in Russia. I think South America could be a place to be right now. Or Latin America. I think Mexico could be a place to be. Forget my second channel, Disturbed Reality, where we talk about cartel executions. Mexico's a country that has tremendous potential. Regardless of cartels, they're going through an economic boom right now, like a manufacturing boom in Mexico. Tesla, I think, have opened a plant there. Michelin have moved their accounting team to Mexico. Mexico they've got the tourism industry, automobile industry. They've got a lot of natural resources like lithium, etc. Mexico, if it's governed right, could become a superpower within the next 100 years. Mexico is a country that has tremendous potential, but it's just being held back by corruption, etc., organized crime, bloody blah. But it's a country with tremendous potential. We're living in a bipolar world now. The usual world order, or the recent world order of the West being in charge or being on top, is kind of fading. China's on the rise. You have the BRICS nations coming together, creating their own thing. Mexico is a country in particular that has a very fascinating future, I think, in hold. I hope it's not doomed. I try not to think like that. But listen, the writing's on the wall right now when it comes to the West. It feels like that sometimes when you look at it at face value, but ultimately all we can do is try to influence the people around us. Ultimately, that's all we can really do. It's only doomed if we say it's doomed, if we accept it's doomed. But yeah, right now there's a fight. Anyway, I'll carry on. Sorry. I'm lucky I work for myself. I'm a private trainer, personal trainer, always paid cash in hand, fuck tax, and the Babylon system. It's all satanic nonsense, yeah. Listen, bro, so I have an employer. and I also work for myself, so I do both. But the money I make working for myself, I get it like digitally. So evading tax may be no bueno. I never saw it, Sucker Free. I never saw it. I never saw it. To be honest with you, yeah, Emma. I like Emma Meguru. He's a good. He's got a good channel. Yeah, have I seen the Simpsons episode where the World Cup was played in Jersey and Mexico Portugal was in the final? I have seen it. Yeah, I have seen it. Yeah, bro. But like conservatives these days are anything but conservatives. All conservatives are really are liberals 20 years behind. That's all they really are. That's all they really are. So a Republican in America is like a 20 is like a Democrat 20 years ago. A conservative in the UK is a Labour politician 20 years ago. They deserve to be in the 15-minute cities, yeah, bro. But again, that's another reason why I was against COVID. It's a slippery slope, isn't it? When you're giving government the authority over your bodily autonomy, it's a slippery slope after that. It's a slippery slope. I do you know what, Crazy D3? I thought about it for a long time, but I haven't done it. I thought about it for a long time, but I haven't done it. I should try it, like give it like a month or something. I should try it. Just like water, black coffee, and meat. I should try it. Yeah, exactly. I do what I can to help my circle of peoples and even strangers I come across when it comes to helping others see the truth of the world nowadays. But so many are slaves to tribalism. Yeah. Well, that's another thing that's very apparent in 2024 is how like at each other's throats people are when it comes to any issue in society. Like whatever issue what you want to draw up, people are so like at each other's throats. There's so many divisions across society now, from like the physical, what we see, like race, etc. But things that are not real, like multiple genders and shit. Like it's crazy how people are. It's how it's crazy how divided people are now. It's crazy. I agree, Jordan. I think it's in their fight Taylor Catterall too. I mean, maybe when it gets closer, I will I'll look forward to it more. I'll get excited for it. But like right now, bro, I don't really care for it all that much. It should have happened a long time ago, basically. Should have happened a long time ago. Yeah, I get you, young. I get you, young revival. Yeah, my family. Well, my family are the same. Yeah, my family are the same. What I will say, like right now, I feel like we are living in historical times. Like people are gonna look, they're gonna look back on this era one way or another in the distant future, and they will say, "What the fuck?" They'll either say, "What the fuck were these people doing?" or like, "Fucking fair play for turning it around." It's gonna be one of the two. Yeah, Yeah, I heard Fury wasn't looking good in sparring, but who knows what the truth is. Yeah, meat, fish, eggs, plenty of butter, ghee, animal fat, dairy, if you wish. Raw milk is if easily available, yeah. I should give it a go, bro. I should give it a go. I should give it a go. It wouldn't be that hard for me, to be honest with you. It wouldn't be that hard for me. It'd mainly be just like the snacking side of things, like in between meals, like mainly on work days, to be honest. But yeah, everybody's so convinced that they're right that they reject any other differing opinion. They're all wrong because none of us know what's really going on here. None of us know the whole truth. Yeah, yeah. I want the Benavides fight as well. I think it's going to be Jamal Charlo. Personally, again, I know Charlo's come out and said it's not him, but I've got a weird feeling it'll be Jamal Charlo. Yeah, maybe. I'd assume Fury is the A side. I'd assume Fury's the A side in that fight. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. It's a good fight. David Hayes dangerous early. If it was Usyk versus Hay, David Hay would be fucking hiccups. David Hay would be dangerous early on. First half of that fight, I think it'll be nip and tuck early. I think Usyk would be wary of the punching power and speed of David Hay. After 6 rounds, I think it'll be tit for tat. To be honest, but David Hay at cruiserweight, his gas tank wasn't the greatest. He could be dropped. He could be hurt. I think David Hay gets stopped late in that bout. I think David Hay gets stopped late. Her first half is very competitive. After that, I think Usyk takes over. I think the volume starts to take over. The foot movement, the feints, etc., the changing of levels. I think David Hay would start to gas, and I think Usyk would start to get more and more bold. He'd land more punches. His output would rise, and I think he'd stop David Hay late on. It's a good fight, though. It's a good fight. His Fury a shot fighter. He, like Young Revival said, I think he's definitely on the slide. I think he's definitely on the slide. And Usyk's got the type of style in which I believe could really expose it. Foot movement, foot speed, again, feinting, changing of levels, etc. Decent punch output. He makes you work. I think Usyk has the style to expose it if it is true, if Fury is shot. See, I think Fury needs to be mean in that fight and really messy. Try to get on Usyk, try to lean all over him type of thing. I think that's what Fury needs to do in that bout. He needs to make it a street fight more than a boxing match. I'm not a darts guy, to be honest, Larry. I'm not a darts guy, but fair play to the young kid. He's doing well. Fair play to him. He's come out of nowhere, but fair play to him. Do you agree that Batali would have beat AJ and Fury, as I think he was tougher and hit harder than Vlad? See, I don't think he hit harder than Vlad. Vladimir, I think, was more concussive with one shot, but Batali put his shots together better. He put his shots together better. And I think that would be what would give Tyson Fury or and AJ a lot of trouble. The fact that Vitali could throw punches in bunches. He was very awkward. He threw a lot of punches from the hips. Like, if you look at Vitali Klitschko, he did a lot wrong technically in terms of punching. His footwork was very good. But in terms of punching, he was punching from the waist, etc. And a lot of that is deemed wrong, but it was very unorthodox. It was very hard to read. I think he would swamp. A prime Vitali would beat both AJ and Tyson Fury, in my opinion. But yeah, I know why people say Vitali had more power because his knockout percentage was higher, but he just put his shots together a lot better than Vladimir. But I think Vladimir hit harder in terms of one-shot power. Yeah, bro, I think Vitali would have beaten AJ, Fury, and Usyk, to be honest with you. I think he'd have beaten all these guys. Vitali Klitschko is one of those rare fighters where his career never really matched up to where he could have fought elite guys in his prime. Because Vitali, throughout his career, had a lot of injuries. He came too late for the Tyson Lewis Holyfield era. He then got a lot of injuries, etc. We know the story with Vitali, right? We know the story, but yeah. I know he fought Lennox, I get it, but yeah, neither guy was out there, you know. It was a last minute fight, but yeah, Vlad's left hook and straight right, yeah, they were crazy, yeah. I'll shock you. I'll say Benavidez. I think Benavidez can. I think he can beat Canelo right now. If you look at it logically, if Canelo can't hurt Benavidez, he can't win that fight. He doesn't outwork Benavidez. He doesn't have a foot speed to get away from Benavidez. I don't think he can fight that. I don't think he can fight that fight at a distance and outbox Benavidez because he's so small. If Canelo can't hurt Benavidez, he loses that fight. He loses that fight. If it's a real fight, I know that's a cop-out answer, but I think if it's a real fight, I think Benavidez beats him. More than likely, unless Canelo can hurt Benavidez. Unless Canelo can hurt Benavidez. Wardley versus Clark, early thoughts. I'd say Wardley. I think Clark needs to make that fight messy, bro. I think he needs to make it messy, get on his chest, and really try to roughhouse Fabio Wardley. But coming in, I think he's vulnerable. Fabio Wardley's quick-handed. He's got power. He could time Clark coming in. I say Fabio Wardley by knockout. Good fight though, decent fight. Yeah, exactly. They just came around at the wrong time, bro. They came around at the wrong time. Good fighters though, very very good fighters. Very good fighters. Yeah, I need to see more of Andy Cruz. I liked what I've seen so far. He's fighting soon, actually. He's fighting quite soon, in a month or so, or within the next month, maybe. But yeah, Andy Cruz has looked good so far, but we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, Jordan, I totally agree, bro. Like, there's something about Boxer and their shows that are just so uninspiring and dull. Like, they're sterile, is how I would describe it. Just sterile. Very rarely an atmosphere. The fights that are usually dull and boring, like, it's just trash. Like, Sky Sports Boxing now is terrible. Like, the Sky Sports Boxer shows I can remember are like Kelbrook Amir Khan, Uh, Liam Smith Eubank 1 and 2. Aside from that, I'm struggling. Billum Smith Okoli, but aside from that, I'm struggling to remember any shows they've put on. I'm struggling. But I like the card in March, headlined by Wardley and Clark. So you've got Wardley Clark. You've got Congo versus Marku. That's a decent fight as well. That could be a decent card. That could be a decent card. And yeah, totally agree, bro. Yeah, boxer signing Lawrence Okoli's got to go down as some of the worst business in recent boxing years. Yeah, Lawrence Okoli could put a glass eye to sleep. Fucking awful. If that guy retired tomorrow, wouldn't care. Wouldn't care. Florian Marku versus Conor Benn. I don't rate either guy highly, to be honest. I think it would be a competitive fight. I'd pick Conor Benn due to the output of Conor Benn. I think Conor Benn maintains a better work rate throughout a fight. I think he'd probably win, but it'd be a good fight. I don't rate either guy highly, to be honest. I don't rate either guy highly. Klitschko fans wouldn't last 24 hours on Twitter, on boxing Twitter. Vitali got a bad rap. Vitali was good to watch. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care what anybody says. Vitali was good to watch. Lads, not so much, but yeah, Vitali was good to watch. It is definitely a random question. Can you describe how they make a tuna melt in England? I've never had a tuna melt. It's a I know it's a sandwich, but I've never had one. I've never had one. But I know it's got like melted cheese and whatnot, but I've never had one, bro. I like tuna. I'm a big fan of tuna, but for whatever reason, I can't imagine it going well with melted cheese. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it tastes better than it sounds, but it's a good fight, Jordan. It's a good fight. Yeah, Joseph Parker versus Zhili Zhang is a good fight. I wouldn't be shocked if Parker wins. I wouldn't be shocked. It's how Parker deals with the punching power for me. It's how he deals with the punching power. It's whether he goes into a shell and tries to play survival mode. But I think he's got the output, the ability to win that fight. It depends with Joseph Parker's a weird one. Yeah, Vlad had some good fights. Yeah, he did. Yeah, and the build up to hate Klitschko was fucking hilarious. Yeah, it was good. It was good. I watched that fight back a couple of years ago, Hay versus Vladimir. And it was insane how fast Vlad's feet were in that fight. How quickly he moved was insane. for a big guy because David Haye was no slouch, obviously. He was built on speed. And how quickly he moved in that fight was shocking. No, it definitely, I'm pretty certain it doesn't have corn in it. I'm pretty certain. I don't think it has corn in it. And yeah, you definitely shouldn't have it cold. I know that much. Yeah, no corn and yeah, definitely not cold. Definitely not cold. Yeah, Vladimir could get that way. He could, no doubt, but I think he always had the boxing ability, but I think Vladimir was just one of those guys who was overly analytical, got in his own head too much. I think Emmanuel Stewart said it. I think he said that, like, in terms of boxing ability, pure technical ability, he was better than Lennox Lewis, but Lennox Lewis was a better fighter, is what he said. If I'm paraphrasing, but I'm pretty certain that's what he said. And I can see that with Vladimir. Because watching that David Haye fight back, his foot speed was unreal against David Haye. Unreal. How a big guy like that could move so swiftly was insane. Now, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I love sardines. I love mackerel. I tell you what, I love kippers as well. Smoked kippers on toast. Love just douse the toast in butter. Smoked kipper. Amazing, amazing. But I love sardines. I love mackerel, oily fish. Real strong. I love it. I love it. Kippers are so good, man. I swear to God. I swear to God, kippers are so fucking good. They're expensive now though. So kipper is herring, for those who don't know, but yeah, it's so good. Like smoked herring, basically, is what it is, and it's so fucking amazing on like toast. It's so good. He beat Tony Thompson beat Krasniki, I believe, right? At heavyweight. Yeah, seafood, bro. Seafood is the elite. I love seafood. Seafood, freshwater fish. I love it all. I can eat it all. There's no seafood I don't like. I love it all. Oysters, crab, lobster, fish, freshwater fish, saltwater fish. I love it all. Mussels, all that shit. I love it. If it fucking lives, I there's no like living food that I dislike. I like it all. Yeah, kippers for breakfast back in the day. Granddad would put them with some toast and some other cooked bits. Always left before school, full and happy till lunch. Yeah, bro, kippers are so good. That smoky, little bit salty. Love it. Fucking love it, man. Mackerel is good as well, though. Like back in the day, me and my dad used to go fishing at the coast, and we used to catch like mackerels and cook them up on a barbecue. Bit of olive oil. Fucking amazing, man. On toast. It's amazing. So good. Mackerel is such a nice fish. See, a lot of people don't like oily fish, but I do. I like the taste. I love the taste of it. See, I wish I could get back into that, like fishing and whatnot. And it's just time. It's time. And the UK is not really the country to do it. So I'd love to start like hunting or like learning how to hunt properly and shit like that, but the UK is not the place to do it. Talking about fish, bro, yeah. I mean, boxing right now is kind of dead. Let's be honest. It's kind of dead, isn't it? It's like, yeah, exactly. Nowadays, breakfast is empty, starch and carbs, and test lowering cereals, yeah. Fucks people's bodies. And once the energy leaves the body 2 to 3 hours post cereal, the crash is mad. Yeah, I've never liked cereal, to be honest. I've never been a cereal guy. Even when I was a kid, I hated cereal. Just fucking rabbit food, as my dad would say. Yeah, good milk is nice. Yeah, that's why kids get so annoying around break and lunch times at school, because the insulin spikes drops 2 to 3 hours after their cereal breakfast and they start acting up. Hormones out of whack, yeah. I wouldn't be surprised, bro. Yeah, I was never a cereal guy. I was never a cereal guy. Yeah, bro, I never buy sandwiches from supermarkets. Never. Yeah, tuna and sweet corn sandwiches, which have mayo, no cheese, that you can find in supermarkets. Very grim, yeah. Tuna and sweet corn's a really good sandwich if you make it yourself. But yeah, fuck buying that shit from a supermarket. Yeah, red meat, meat in general, bro. For me at least, it's what I respond to well the best. I've noticed as I've got older, you kind of notice what you respond well to and what you don't. So for me, like things like bread, pasta, etc., I don't respond well to that sort of shit. To be honest with you, it just makes me feel lethargic, tired, etc. But when I eat like meat or fish, just like not processed crap, I think it's probably the same for everyone, but feels so much better. So much better. So today I had a sirloin, about 3 eggs. That's all I had for dinner. Fried up some onions with it. Amazing. I feel fucking great. But when I like come home from work and like do some bullshit meal like fucking I don't know processed fucking burgers or whatever, I feel like trash. Yeah, I've listened to a bit of it. Fight Film. I've listened to a bit of it. I've always kind of liked George Groves, but he's an acquired taste. It's weird actually. I never used to like him when he first turned pro, his first few years, but he kind of grew on me. Yeah, I like his podcast. I do like his podcast. Azim versus Smith, who wins? It's hard to say, man. Both guys are kind of unproven. They've done okay at domestic level. Azim is one of those fighters who's very athletically gifted, but fundamentally, I think there's a lot there to work on. Dalton Smith has better fundamentals. He's got decent power, but he's not the fastest. He's not the quickest. Doesn't have the most dynamism in his game. I wouldn't be sure as of right now, to be honest. I wouldn't be sure. The Axeman, the killer, Nicholas Walters, yeah. Back in the day, before he fought Lomachenko, the hype for Nicholas Walters was crazy. Absolutely crazy. And yeah, he went like missing. He's had a couple of fights in the last couple of years, but people forget the Nicholas Walters hype, I swear to God. Tim Tszyu versus Janabek, who wins? I'd favour Janabek, but I don't know. I'd favour Janabek. But Tin Tszyu's been a lot more active. He's improving fight by fight. Who knows in a year or so's time? Who knows? The issue I have with Janabek is he's not been that active, and the level of competition isn't great right now. Nobody's really willing to fight him, so it's like a lesser example of Golovkin in his prime. Nobody's gonna is gonna want to fight Janabek right now. Unlike Golovkin, though, one thing Golovkin did well was when he went to America, he was super active. He was fighting 3 or 4 times a year, even if he couldn't get the greatest opponents. He'd get the best guy he could, and he would continue fighting. He would get his name out there. He'd score knockouts. Janabek isn't doing that. That's the issue. So it's like he's even more of a high risk, low reward than Golovkin back then. So I don't know about Janabek, man. I rate Janabek, but I don't think he will necessarily be involved in the fights we want to see him in, to be honest. But we'll see. Yeah, I don't mind Kyle Froch as like a pundit. I don't mind him. I don't always agree with Kyle Froch. In fact, many of the times I don't. But one thing I'll say about Kyle Froch, when I hear him speak, I feel like it's him giving his own opinion. Whether I agree or not is irrelevant. I feel like it's his own opinion, which is probably why he hasn't got a full-time gig on the Zone or Sky Sports, because he just says how he feels. He says what he thinks. Whether we think it's right or wrong is irrelevant. I feel like it's his own opinion, which I kind of like about Kyle Froch. Worst example of recency bias you can remember in boxing. I'm not even sure, to be honest with you. I'm not even sure. I couldn't tell you actually. I'll be honest. I've been getting further and further away from boxing. I tried to force myself back into it, but the motivation to keep up with it like I used to is just kind of dying. I get into spells where like sometimes I'll really be into it for a couple of weeks and then I'll just kind of leave it for a bit. If you make your burgers from scratch, 70-30 or 80-20, lots of butter, there shouldn't be a problem. Burgers from shops have unnecessary additives, preservatives, etc. That ruins the burger, yeah, facts. And that's what I need to get out of. When I'm like working from home or like weekends, whatever, I cook pretty well for the most part. Sometimes I'll cheat, whatever, but yeah, I need to do better at like just buying more organic foods. Not even organic, but just like regular meat and go from there kind of thing. I always tell myself it's time, it's time, it's time, but like uh, 10 more minutes is worth spending if I feel so much better. Like today I had like a sirloin with like a few eggs and whatnot, and it was amazing. Like didn't cook anything bullshit with it, just sirloin, eggs, some like fried onions and shallots. Really good, and I feel so much better for eating like that. But I don't know. I just I use time as an excuse, which I should stop. But Billy Joe Saunders isn't. I don't think he's coming back, bro. If he comes back, he'll fight a Eubank Jr. or someone like that in a cash out fight, one last payday, and he'll get beat. That's what he'll do. Basically, me too, Jordan. To be honest, yeah, Fury Usyk and Bivol Beterbiev. That's really it for me as well. Yeah, bro, undisputed. Yeah, what's up, Mike? How you doing, bro? Yeah, I'm doing good. Supposed to be undisputed this weekend. Yep, indeed. Heavyweight undisputed seems cursed. What is it that puts you off boxing? For me, it's just the lowest common denominator. Yeah, I mean, for me, it's just the product. Like, we're not getting anything right now. We're not getting anything. And when we do, most of these fights of consequence are filled with controversy. They're filled with controversy, or you're left with the feeling that a certain guy didn't give it his all, like Devin Haney versus Prograis, for example, is the one that comes off my head right at the top. It's just like, I don't know, man. Yeah, crazy's right, especially with mince and beef. The fattier, the best for the most parts. Fats are demonized, but cholesterol is 80% product of glucose and 20% fats. Yeah. Well, that's one thing I do when I cook, like when I fry shit or when I pan cook whatever. I always use butter. If I cook fish, I always use butter. When I do, all that shit. And if I do use oil, I'll only ever use like cooking olive oil. That's all I'll use. I'll never use like seed oils or vegetable oils, anything like that. I'll never use that shit. I just cheat way too much when it comes to food. And I tell myself it's time, it's for time, but I should definitely do better in regards to that because, like I said, when I eat okay, you do feel it. You feel so much better. You feel so much better in yourself. Just energy and alertness. Yeah, Gill versus Barrett. It's an okay fight. It's a good domestic fight, but yeah, it doesn't exactly, get the juices flowing, so to speak. Yeah, boxing's the sport when it's great, it can't be touched. But we fans get bent over a barrel. Yeah, I agree. Every other sport fans love their sports all year round and are getting quality products. I agree. Totally agree. Yeah, I need to get into organ meat more. I need to get into organ meat. So I like heart, like beef heart and whatnot. I like that. But like liver and kidney, I've never been a massive fan. Just don't like the taste like that. Not a big fan of the taste. But yeah, I need to get into it. I need to get into it. I need to get into it. I need to try this fucking carnivore shit. Next shop, I might just buy a shitload of meat. I might just buy a shit ton of meat and go from there. See how it goes. Anybody who's done the carnivore, like how often do you have to eat? How often do you have to eat with carnivore? And anybody who's done it, do you ever like mix vegetables in with it? Or do you just go like pure meat? Kind of curious. Because I'd kind of like to try it. I thought about it for a long while. Yeah, anything that's single ingredient and unadulterated by the big food corporations is ideal. Too much GMOs and bastardized foods in the supermarkets, even certain meat pumped full of water to make it look bigger. Yeah. Yeah, I get that, bro. Yeah. Yeah, Jordan, I agree. I think it might be a messy fight. I think it might be a messy fight more than anything. Yeah, carnivore diet. You can eat whatever you're. Sorry, you can eat whenever you're hungry. It's just more animal products. Yeah, yeah. That's what I was thinking. More like when it comes, yeah, the fiber side of things. Hence why, yeah, I was talking about the old vegetables. But yeah, and honestly, it's probably cheaper as well, right? Compared to your like normal shop, if you wasn't doing it, compared to like my normal shop, it'd probably honestly be cheaper to do that. I should try it for a month or something, even like a couple of weeks, see how I feel. The issue I have is like the days when I'm like in the office at work, it's like what I do then. So yeah, broccoli, kale, green beans, peas, asparagus, good accompaniments to the carnivore diet. I do like my broccoli, I can't lie. So I could do a bit of broccoli, you know. That could work. That could work. Steam a bit of broccoli, then put a bit of butter over it. Get the butter melted into it. Yeah, I could do that. I could work with that. I could work with that. Yeah, pure carnivore with no ease into it can be tough first week or two. Zero carbs, cold turkey is hard. Yeah, is arse. Yeah. What did you have for like drinks? Like when you drink, just water and black coffee. If I get black coffee, I'll be fine. I can have black coffee right on a carnivore diet. Mind you, I could have regular coffee on a fucking carnivore diet. Because usually when I have coffee, I'll just do coffee, no sugar, a tiny splash of milk, just a tiny splash, no sugar. Yeah, Gareth A. Davis is a useful idiot. Right at the end of the day, that's all he is. He is what he is. Weird guy, very strange guy, very strange guy. Water with a bit of Celtic salt, water solution to maximize water absorption. And yeah, black coffee is amazing during the carnivore diet. For me, it accentuated the natural high you get. You get lost for the first few days. Okay, cool. I should give it a go, bro. I need to give it a go. So yeah, if you want to go 100% carnivore, then no coffee. I think adding vegetables makes it a keto diet. Okay. Well, keto sounds okay to me, but it'd be coffee I'd struggle with, to be honest with you. It'd be coffee I'd struggle with. If I had to like give everything up, coffee would be the one I'd struggle with. That's what I'd struggle with. Prime Khan versus Prime Mayweather is competitive for me. I think Khan's speed would give Mayweather issues, but I think Mayweather would get the timing down. I know Mayweather's not a hard puncher, but I think he hits hard enough to get to Khan. Don't think it maybe not stop him, but he'd probably drop him a couple of times, win on points, prime for prime. Like the Khan who fought Devin Alexander versus Mayweather welterweight. I'd say Mayweather drops him a couple of times, wins on points. To be honest. Yeah. Keto diet in general is fine. It's just the connotations around it. It's whether you can handle on a regular day to day basis is what will work best. Yeah. One size fits all diet is bullshit. Yeah. No, you're right, JD. You're right. I need to quit cigarettes. Yeah, I do. That's really my main vice. Well, aside from coffee, is cigarettes, which isn't good. I know it's not great. It's not great. I think Brooke would have beaten Keith Thurman personally, prime for prime, at their very best. At that point in time, I think Brooke would have beaten Thurman, but could be wrong. Generally, the point is to consume more animal food than plant food. Vast majority of the developed world have it the other way around. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, that is a very good point. It's a very good point. But anyway, guys, I'm going to wrap it up here. It is nearly 12:30 in the UK. Nearly 12:30. I'm going to probably get to bed. I think. Yeah, I'm going to get to bed. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. It's been good catching up again. I'll try and stream more regular, but boxing right now isn't the most inspiring to say the least. So we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Last comment. Yeah, cigs were the hardest thing for me to quit. A year ago today, I was smoking 2 to 3 packs a week. Super Kings. Quitting them fuckers has been the best thing I've ever managed. Yeah, that's what I need to do more than anything is quit cigarettes, bro. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. Peace out, guys. Have a great weekend. Stay safe, etc. I will catch you on the next one. I'll try and stream more regular, but I'll try when boxing starts to pick up. We'll see. We'll see. But have a great weekend, guys. Peace out.